Uh, I think I'm going to go ahead and cast Sacred Flame. So that's DC. I'm sorry. How does DC work again?
So he has to roll against whatever the stat is that applies. And
Yeah,
he
so
has
it's
to
with.
roll to match or higher.
But is it? I mean, does my proficiency bonus add in, or just my wisdom bonus?
So DC is it 10 or 8 plus spellcasting stat?
It's 10.
Plus 10 plus spellcasting stat plus proficiency bonus.
Okay, that's what I thought. But because the character sheet is saying 14, so I was wondering if it was 8 plus proficiency plus. But
Well,
So,
proficiency is only
10.
if you go into your spells,
yeah, it'll have
Yeah.
your DC in there.
Yeah,
there's a thing that you do when you go into it.
If you click on the spell name, it should actually cast it and post it in the chat, in the Roll20 chat.
Actually, no, because I'm looking at my own DC. It might be plus 8 plus the
I think it is 8.
It's 8, I believe.
Yeah, because my DC is a 16. I've got a 6 modifier because I've got 18 int.
What class are you again? Cleric? Cleric.
I'm cleric, so I've got +4 from my wisdom, and then +2 from my proficiencies, and it's telling me 14.
I'm an artificer with a +6 from my int and a +2, so mine's 16. So yeah, it must be 8 plus the modifiers.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Man, it's been a while since I've played a caster. I forgot about that.
Okay, so it's going to be DC of 14 then, and yeah, I don't know if yeah, it's not.
Oh, that's weird. Why did your cantrip not show properly?
Then a DC.
But basically, it's a dexterity save.
Okay.
And if he fails, he'll take 6.
It really says it. It says here wisdom. With no actual spell save.
You said you're casting Sacred Flame, right?
Yes.
D&D Beyond, Spells tab.
You said Dex?
Yeah, dex save.
Okay.
Against the DC 14.
I cannot roll it direct. Great. That's freaking great, Roll20. Alright.
8 plus proficiency plus spellcasting.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well,
sorry
he
about
rolled
that. 10.
8. So he fails. And what does that spell do?
It radiant, 6 radiant damage.
Okay.
Sorry.
No, that's fine. He goes and starts blowing on the flame. All right. Anything else?
No, that's all I can do.
Okay. It's his turn.
Big guy's about to break.
He starts stomping his feet back and forth and keeps blowing on the flame and like fire burns. And he is going to punch the door and try and muscle his way through. Because now George is angry.
Quick, someone get him a rabbit.
Oh, goody. He has a 19 strength.
Oh boy.
Yeah, I'm stronger.
And he's got a dirty 20. Okay. Okay, so the door comes completely off the hinges, but it's still, the opening's not wide enough yet for him to get through. But if he's successful again, he probably will be able to get through next turn.
Yeah.
Not sure which one of you guys is next. The 5?
Yeah, it's Vex.
Okay,
It's me.
Vex.
Alrighty. Well, I'm gonna
Yeah.
keep it simple. I am just gonna cast Sorcerer's Burst.
Okay.
I'm gonna have it do acid damage.
Okay.
Yeah.
14 hit.
14 does hit.
Alrighty. 6 acid damage.
Okay. Okay.
That'll be me.
Okay. Sprig, you're up.
All right. I will move. This space right here would be within reach to hit him with, like, in melee range, right?
Where? Yes.
The one I'm picking.
Okay.
Yep.
I am gonna move to that space,
Okay.
and because it's like the only melee spell I got, I am going to use Shocking Grasp.
Okay.
13 to hit.
That'll hit.
All right. Two lightning damage. Wow, that rolled terribly.
And you can't make a reaction, which means you can get the hell out of there.
Oh god, I forgot about that.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Anything else?
Best part, shocking grasp. You can run in and get out.
I forgot that Shocking Grasp will let me run. Yeah, after I do that, I am going to move back
Okay.
behind over here.
Okay.
To 50, so that's a total of 25 feet. So
Gets
total-
behind a gun-toting cleric.
Yeah. That'll be all.
Okay. Durgrim, you're up.
Yep. All right. Well, seeing that we're gonna basically be killing this guy, Durgrim's gonna come up here and start throwing some crosses and hooks and everything else.
Okay.
For 21.
That'll definitely hit.
That's 10 bludgeoning damage, and I can throw another one as a bonus action.
Okay.
So, and that misses.
Actually, a 9 hits.
That's an 8.
Oh, sorry. I missed all
That's
that.
not just an 8. That's a natural 1.
Yeah, it's a natural 1, so
Oh.
it's critical.
That'll
fail.
end your turn.
Yep.
So you
Uh,
guys won't suffer the impacts of critical fails until level 3.
All right.
Oh, lovely.
Oh, that's nice.
Yay.
There's a reason for that.
Oh, I'm sure.
And if I recall, he did mention he adds extra shit to critical fails. So.
Yeah.
That is a correct statement.
Glad I'm getting them out of the way now.
Anything else?
Nope. That's all. I did hit him earlier. Nah, I'm fine with that.
Okay. All right, Honora.
Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and use True Strike.
Okay.
Show up. And I'm gonna be using my sling, so or my I'm sorry.
You're fine.
All right, 23 to hit.
Oh, that'll definitely hit.
And I'll be doing 7 points of damage. It'll be radiant damage.
Okay.
And I think that's all I can do again.
Okay.
I like the new True Strike.
Okay.
It's actually
Random
useful
strike
now.
is
So-
actually viable.
Yep.
Dargrim, you're going to get an attack of opportunity because this guy's going to back up.
Nice. As he does that, I am going to swing for the fences. 16 to hit.
That'll
Said
hit.
9 hits him, right?
Yeah.
At 13 bludgeoning.
Okay.
Like just throw an uppercut as he backs away.
And at this point, yeah, he's backing up, and he goes around and tries to duck down behind this sarcophagus in the room.
I think we're scaring him.
I have a feeling we're somehow winning this.
Yep.
Although I thought flesh golems were tougher than this.
Well, to be fair, I'm not quite sure if they were able to actually get the brain in him. Or at
Would
least,
have made such an impact.
maybe. I don't know.
Might not be so scared of us.
And not
I
all
suppose
flesh
that's true.
golems are created equal.
Oh,
Hey,
because this one does have a unique stat block. I don't remember much about them. I remember they can go berserk. That's like the only unique feature I remember about these fuckers. I was afraid of that.
Yeah. Well, this guy only has an AC of 9, so.
yeah.
What's their normal AC?
Yeah, I was shocked that we were hitting him so easily.
Okay. That's going to be his turn. So, next.
Probably finish him off. I mean, they did say that whatever was down here was eating people.
No, we already found out what that was, though.
Yes.
So if you hadn't read before, between this session and last, he had posted a notes thing in there. It was a Lamia who was eating people.
Oh gosh, I gotcha.
Because we encountered that Lamia, because that's how we found the Fader's corpse.
Yeah.
I will blast it with Sorcerer's Burst again.
Okay.
13. Still doing acid.
Okay.
You
And
get
that
a range.
was a dex save, right?
Yep.
Yep.
Oh no, the Sorcerer's Burst is just an attack cantrip.
Oh, okay.
Attack roll. Oh, and I rolled an 8, so it explodes.
Oh shit! Nice.
Explodes?
That's like a.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah.
I'll
So-
post
Drop
the
it.
spell description.
14 total
Oh.
points.
Yeah, I did not mean to re-roll the attack. I was trying to copy the description. 14, yes.
Sick.
I think-
We can,
Is that 9 not already the? Oh no, that's just the total.
yeah, that's a total. It's a 1d8 plus 1.
Yeah, weird. Yeah. No, I
Okay.
don't know if you'd be able to do that on your own, but
All right,
That's a
Sprig,
nice
you're up.
spell. Yeah. Shit, do I use my one offensive spell?
Good.
Uh,
I don't see why not.
alright, I'll like move up to the doorway. How badly did that shocking grasp seem to hurt him?
Pretty significantly.
Alright, you know what? I might as well. I am going to cast Chromatic Orb.
Oh, nice.
15 to hit.
That'll definitely hit.
Alright, I'll do it as lightning.
Okay.
18 damage.
Ouch. Yeah. The golem is now whimpering on the floor.
Well,
Third room.
yep. Let's. How far is the inside? Measurement tool. Forget if there's a measurement tool.
You know what? It's too bad this is the only thing we're fighting. I would have got to use the extra property of Chromatic Orb.
Oh,
I rolled 2 5s. It would have got to leap.
oh, yeah, that's nice.
Do you have to see who it leaps? Because we
Yeah.
still have an invisible opponent.
I guess
Well,
I'll.
we don't know if she's invisible or if she just teleported out.
It probably couldn't leap if you couldn't perceive them anyway.
Yeah.
Well, you can make an attack roll against something invisible. It's a disadvantage, though. But since we don't know if she's here, Sprig wouldn't have tried.
I'm gonna walk into the room and I'm going to actually take out my hand axe. I'm seeing this thing whimpering. It makes me feel bad, but it's a monster, and I'm just gonna be like, I ain't nothing personal, but you're a freak of nature. And I'm gonna swing my hand axe down on its head.
Okay.
18 to hit
That'll hit.
for 9 slashing.
Okay.
Is it dead?
Almost.
Almost. Cool. I mean, I still get my bonus action unarmed strike, so with the hand axe in its head, I'm gonna just fist it right in.
Okay.
Damn. Why?
Oops.
Unfortunate.
Dude,
Well, that sucks.
that bonus action unarmed strike has failed twice.
Yeah, right?
Which is hilarious, because the only way you could fail this guy with your mods is actually hitting the nat 1.
Hey. My guy is right-handed, alright?
Probably
Alright,
not a
Honoria.
southpaw.
He's gotta work on his southpaw a little more.
Okay. I'll move up.
Finish
And
him off.
I'll use True Strike again
Okay.
with my sling.
That'll hit.
And that's 6 points of damage. Y'all there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
So it's still alive, but it's not moving very much
wait.
at all.
You said it's almost dead. That means this thing's bloodied.
Oh, this thing's been bloodied for a little while now.
Nice.
Anything else, Honoria?
No.
Or
that's it.
Honora? Sorry.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. At this point, the flesh golem basically can't see. It's oozing fluids from multiple wounds. And it's literally making like the dumbest animal you can think of, like whimpering noises.
Oh, that's kind of
Goodness.
depressing.
Feel bad, man. This thing's a freak of nature.
I feel it. This man. This makes us feel a bit bad. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, no sense stopping now.
Yep.
I will hit it with another Sorcerer's Burst.
Okay. That would definitely hit. It's dead.
5 acid. Okay.
And upon its death, you hear that female voice again, but it has an echoey quality to it. And she basically says, well, we'll be interested in watching your futures as you proceed.
That's totally not concerning.
Not worrying at all.
Darkroom just says, "I watch this," and puts up 2 middle fingers.
Okay, combat is over.
I will take my hand axe back.
So there is a large statue in the room that has chains up against the wall. There is a sarcophagus in the room at the opposite end. There seems to be clay containers over against the east wall. There's also some skeletal bone shelving that has a couple of scrolls on it that look a little moldy, and a small chest. There's a door to the north, and there seems to be a ladder going down to the south.
Gentlemen, if you'll give me a few minutes, I can use magic to see if any of the things in these rooms are magical before we proceed, if you want.
Oh, do you also know how to cast Detect Magic?
Oh, yes, you too.
Yes. It's, well, other than healing it and that orb I threw earlier, it's the only other really effective magic I know. Admittedly, that orb's kind of my only main offensive magic.
Yeah,
Well-
magic's magic. Just do what you're gonna do and let me open that chest when you're done.
So do you want to do it or do you want me to do it? I'm good either way.
I mean, 2 heads are better than 1.
True. We both do it. I'm not going to do it as a ritual. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing.
Yeah, okay.
So I guess both of us are taking the time to ritual cast Detect Magic.
Sure. Oh, are we using circle casting?
I am not familiar with circle casting.
I was about to say, what's circle casting?
It just came out. I have in one of the recent 2024 books.
Yeah,
In the past
it
couple
came
of
out
months.
in either Adventures or Heroes of the Faerun.
Yeah, I think it was Hughes.
If it's
I'm not sure
if it's
with
in
it.
one of the official books,
Heroes.
go for it. Yeah.
Okay. We'll have to
'Cause
see what we can do.
Yeah.
Because we could merge our tech
Um,
magic Be like
So
more or something.
it takes more than one spellcaster. One spellcaster starts casting a spell as a circle, and then subsequently anybody else with spellcasting or pact magic can use a spell slot and a magic action to contribute to the spell to augment, distribute, expand, prolong, safeguard, supplant spells. So augment increases this range of the spell by 5 feet. Or at least 5 feet. You can increase the range of the spell by 1,000 feet per secondary caster contributed to the spell up to a maximum of 1 mile. You can distribute it, meaning that you can distribute any spell that requires concentration. More people can concentrate on a singular spell, so if one person drops concentration, the spell won't drop. You can expand its radius, so if it has a sphere or a line, you can increase it. I believe. Secondary caster would increase it. So you can, I believe, double the radius. Or you can, if it's a line, you can either make it 25 feet wide or like you can increase its width or its length depending on what you want. Prolonging it just means that you can keep it up for a longer time. So if it has a minute or longer, you can increase the duration. 1 to 3 secondary casters increases it to an hour, 4 to 6 to 8 hours, and 7 or more to 24 hours. And then safeguard is basically like a rougher version of careful spell. You can basically carve out cubes within a spell to make safe zones, but each cube has to be touching another cube. So the more secondary casters you get, the more 5-foot cubes you get. But each cube has to connect to another cube. It can't just be like 5 feet here, 5 feet there. So 2 casters, you get 10 feet worth of cube. And then supplant is you can any spell that requires a material component that has a cost that consumes the spell. Each secondary caster can reduce the cost by 50 gold. So Revivify being a spell that requires it in this example, 2 secondary casters can reduce the material component cost to 200 gold. I believe there is a limit, though.
I'm reading right now. Yes, you're referring to supplant.
Yeah.
Well, but if we're doing ritual, then it takes spell slots. I mean, I don't think we want to try to waste spell slots on that
Yeah.
right now. Yeah, we'll have to learn about it and try to figure out how to use it. Since we have three spellcasters,
Well,
really.
It does
Yep.
say. Well, it says here, casting a certain spell requires 1 more spellcasters called secondary casters, legendary, magical to a spell.
Well, what he's saying is, since if we ritual cast it, it won't use spell slots already. It kind of
So if you're not using a spell slot, I don't believe you have to. It just says after you initiate the spell, each secondary caster takes the magic action to contribute to the spell. They can take the action while they're within 30 feet of you and before the start of your turn. Or, yeah, before the start of your next turn. I think it's only if you're using a spell slot for some of these. You have to expend a spell slot to help with it, but not all of them.
Yeah, that was what I understood. I don't know which is which. So.
Yeah.
Okay.
I didn't find a page for this on the wiki dot for anyone who wants to read it. I'm gonna bookmark this. This is a neat feature.
The detect magic does pick up some items. The chest seems to have a secondary glow from items within. There's a glowing, looks like a piece of vertebrae kind of sticking out of the floor over in one corner.
Multiple vertebrae. Okay.
Yeah, it's interesting.
And on the bone shelving unit, there seems to be, looks like maybe a scarf or a veil that is glowing.
I suppose, would I be good to also check the initial room while we have detect magic up?
Sure.
Yeah.
I mean, it's up for what? How long? 10 minutes?
Yeah.
Probably walk around for 10 minutes, just detecting magic nearby.
It's concentration 10 minutes, so yeah.
Yeah. So as long as you don't get punched, you're good.
Okay. So in the other room, the only thing that actually shows magic are some scrolls. You find a total of 4 scrolls.
Alright, I'll pocket those from the initial room.
Okay.
Dirkram will 100% open that chest.
Okay. So inside you see 2 things. The first laying on top is a pair of gauntlets that are glowing, and underneath that is an object that looks very complicated. It's about the size of a backpack. Seems to have straps on it, but it is a number of tubes that look like they're made out of emerald glass. And there's also several tiny valves in the device.
As with a background of is it engineer, if it's a museum apparatus, would I recognize it as that?
It actually
It,
appears to be some sort of distillation engine.
okay.
Ooh,
I will
distillation music.
100% pick up the gauntlets and go, these are awesome. And then I will not talk, I will just place the backpack behind me, searching deeper into the chest, and just go, whatever that is.
Okay. Yeah, there's nothing else
Right.
in the chest.
Yeah. Cool.
Nora will pick up the other item and put it in her sack for now.
The veil,
Oh,
or
the distillation device.
Yep.
okay.
And
So there's the veil, and there appears to be a glowing vertebrae that's slightly buried in the dirt.
If no one else is gonna mess with the vertebrae, I will.
Okay. When you go to pull it out, you notice that it's got like silver wire and some gemstones embedded in it. And it's not just a single vertebrae, it's an entire spine.
What kind of magic does detect magic show? Like, does it show like a particular class or like a particular school?
I'm trying to remember.
You can take to see a faint aura around any visible creature or object in the area that bears the magic.
An
Yeah,
infinite effect created by a spell. You learn the spell's school of magic.
Spell.
Okay. So the vertebrae is reflecting sorcerer magic. The
What kind of magic? What?
What kind of magic did you say?
Sorcerer.
Yeah, but is it like abjuration, evocation?
You're just getting sorcerer off of it. The distillation engine, you get that it had been previously used by an artificer. Okay. Let's see. So that's the
Veil.
spine. The veil. It has divine magic.
Interesting.
The veil, its appearance is thin silver and white funerary veil. And it looks as if somebody attempted to corrupt it, but they did not succeed. The cloth is always cool to the touch and moves slightly. And let's see, the bracers. Thick iron bracers fitted with spring-loaded pistons and reinforced leather straps.
Interesting.
Bro, that reminds me of what's the fucking item from Fallout called?
Ballistic fist? Or no, the power fist.
Yeah, the power fist.
It does seem to have faded dwarving engraving. And since you have a dwarf, I'm assuming he can speak dwarf.
Yep.
It says hit first, drink after.
Hey, words to live by, and I start putting gauntlets on.
Okay, you accidentally trigger one, and it's like the fist is spring loaded. The mechanism actually slams forward violently when you punch.
I suppose I'll hand the vertebrae over to Vex, since you said I had more sorceress magic.
Yes.
I'll hand it over to them. This appears to have magic qualities similar to your abilities.
Does it now?
Yes.
And Honora will likewise hand the distillation device to Sprig, noting that it came from had
Okay.
been used by an artificer before.
So
very much be interested.
yeah. Now going back to the spine, it is charred. It seems to be taken from an experimental draconic construct. It's wrapped with silver wire, has crystal shards fused permanently into the bone.
Interesting.
Okay. So while Vex is holding it, everybody except Vex should roll a perception check.
All right.
Nope.
Oh.
Oh,
There you go.
decent roll.
Okay. You notice when Vex is handling it and concentrates on it, momentarily, a faint pair of spectral dragon wings appear behind Vex for a brief moment.
Oh my. Vex, you seem to be sprouting wings when you hold that.
And she'll look behind her.
Uh,
Uh,
they were there for a moment. They were rather.
also,
But
Vex, did you previously learn Draconic?
I do. Do I? Yes, I do know it.
Yeah.
Okay.
You're Kobold.
You should. You're a draconic sorcerer, even if you didn't take it.
I'm not Draconic Sorcerer yet. I'm just.
Yeah.
Oh, right, that's right.
I will
you're
be.
a
But yeah, I
kobold
know
sorcerer.
Draconic.
Ironically,
forgot.
Sprig also knows Draconic because I haven't written it down much. He interacted with kobolds because who better to find him ingredients easily back when he was first learning.
Honora
Uh,
also knows Draconic
Oh well.
from her engineering background and all
Uh,
that.
Well,
Uh,
isn't it nice to know a language that I don't know?
Nora also notices that
Can you talk to deaf people? I didn't think so.
Vex also initially had smoke coming out of his nostrils.
Ah, very curious.
Uh,
I think Honora will take the veil and drape it over her head.
okay. Okay, so let's see.
I guess this means that the backpack should go to our jelly friend.
Yes, they handed the distillation unit to me already.
So when you put the veil on, you get the sense that you would have an easier time healing dying creatures. Um, and you get the sense that you can actually, uh, as a reaction, stabilize them. You also get the sense that undead things would really like try to avoid your vision.
But you're peering at them from beyond the veil. Haha.
And as the dispel magic spell ends, you do notice that the veil faintly glows. Always.
Ah. Okay. Very interesting.
Okay.
So, which way next?
Let's see. Oh, when Sprig touches the distillation engine, it's as if it springs to life.
Oh, wow.
And bubbly liquid begins to form in some of the tubes. And some of the valves start clicking.
Ooh, it's doing something.
And so I'm assuming you already have proficiency in alchemy.
Yes.
Okay.
I took proficiency in alchemist supplies from
Yeah.
one of my stuff early.
Yep.
My tool proficiencies are thieves' tools, tinkerer's tools, calligrapher's supplies, and alchemist supplies.
And what you are sensing from it is that you are noticing that this machine has created the base for potions.
Oh,
And then with the right ingredients, you could potentially manufacture a potion once per day.
oh,
Nice.
You also notice that the device has apparently a method to uh, eject a glob of whatever it makes, and it'll spit it up to 30 feet.
all right.
And with that being said, I'll now give you the details of each of these items. Okay. Ah. Yeah, that's all right.
Oh my.
That's a lot of text.
Uh-huh.
English distillation engine.
Nice.
Oh. Wow.
Oh, I'm gonna copy that text so I can add that to my.
I'm trying to do that.
And did any of you set up a, or maybe you can't, loot list?
A loot list?
No, I haven't.
Here, I'll create one. Let's see, add. Okay. All players. Players. Okay. Okay, under journals, you should see loot list with the item in there. It might be a little easier to read than what's in the.
Ah, nice.
Huh. Okay, still do. Wait.
I'm guessing that Scroll of Caustic Bloom is the 4 scrolls I alluded earlier.
Yeah, that's one of them.
Oh, that's just one of them.
Yeah. So there's a Scroll of Caustic Bloom, Scroll of Ember Coil Surge, which is essentially Chromatic Orb. Scroll of Sanctified Repose, which is basically the Gentle Repose spell. And Scroll of the Iron Brawler, which is an Enlarge Reduce spell.
Are those in the list somewhere? I only see the cost.
Only the first one's in there.
Okay.
Yes, the first one also only sent in the original messages as well.
Yeah.
Okay. I will.
Yeah.
Get the other ones put in there.
Yep.
Okay. And I did mention this was high magic, so.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So the first time you've interacted with Tony items?
Well, they had their graduation items.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wait, so are these bracers replacing the hand wraps, or do I have both of them now?
You have both of them.
Ah, awesome.
Okay.
So it says here, once per
Wait,
turn,
what
I
happened
can
to the... Oh.
shove a creature from... Okay, cool. So now it's not just once per dawn, it's once per turn. The Haymaker's still good, so that's nice.
Wow. What the hell? Did you guys find the loot list?
Yeah, I found it.
Yeah, we got it.
Because for some reason, I can't see it now. What the hell?
Huh. If you want to just send the other 3 scrolls into like the Discord chat, I can paste
Sure.
them in there for you.
Yeah, because I am apparently having lots of Roll20 issues tonight.
Probably file them and put them in item discussions.
But now I'm just going to put them there. Okay, did they show up in Discord?
Yeah.
All right. Hi, man.
Yes, hello. Sorry, I do not. I do not. I am not available early enough to participate.
No, it's fine.
This activating the pistons, is that an action or just free action or bonus
the
action?
actually, it's a free action, but it only happens when you hit.
Ah, okay, so okay, gotcha. I have to hit somebody to activate.
Yes.
Okay, that's cool. All right. Actually, that's gonna help with grapple checks, so that's not too bad. I like that. All right.
All right. And then last but not least, you guys actually managed to finish the fight tonight, which I did not expect. You're going to level up.
Oh, nice.
Cool.
Hey.
No problems with multiclassing, right? As long as we have the
That's correct.
prerequisite.
That is correct.
Oh no. I just realized we're level 2. I get replicate magic item. I
Nice.
need to decide what plants I want.
Yep.
Unfortunately, do recognize that they have nerfed that in
Nice.
5.5.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
No, it's a lot more nerfed. Which is fine because it was broken as fuck.
Even without the tattoos.
I got level 2. What do I get? Well, I get increased hit points here, so
And let's see, which one are you?
we rolling taking static thing. How's hit point increase working?
How did you roll your? How did you get your stats?
Well, okay,
Yeah.
yeah. So roll. Gotcha. All right. So
Well, you
just
get the
roll.
choice first time through. You can either roll or you can take the average. Whichever one you pick, you have to stick with going
Gotcha.
forward.
Average
Yeah,
it
makes
is.
sense.
I do not trust rolled. I have actually been screwed over on characters by rolled hit points.
Yeah.
Damn.
Of course, of course.
Coward.
Yes, I have a coward.
Believe in the heart of the dice. Who hates you?
We'll be taking the average. I don't trust rolls either.
Yeah.
Well, the average is always what, half plus one?
A little more than
yes.
that plus
Is it? Yeah.
your con.
No, it's no, the average on a dice.
Oh,
Yeah.
plus
if
yeah,
you-
half plus one. Yeah.
If you've got a D10, your average is 6. D4s
Yep.
are 3.
Yeah.
Etc. Etc.
Gotcha. All right. Well,
Nice.
So it really is the best choice for a wizard to always do the average.
Yeah, no.
pretty much.
The lower your hit dice, honestly, the more viable it is to just take average.
I rolled and got one above average.
What
Well
is?
Hope you enjoy rolling the rest of your things.
I will. I love dice.
I do not trust religion.
Yeah. I got 2 below my average when I rolled.
I'll get out all
so,
my bad rolls on the NPCs I run for my players.
Say max is 18. How do I? I guess just that. Yeah. Okay. So. Hold on. I gotta lower my level for a second.
Keep.
All right. So it's 15. And then I have to update my stuff. Oh no, because I have to plus. Okay. Yeah. Right. Yeah. It's the other thing. Okay. So. All right, we increase my level first. And then because of that, so it's a +6. I rolled a 4 plus my 2 cons, so it's an 18 plus 6. 2. Yeah, 18. I mean, I'm still coming out ahead because I have tough, so. I have 18. I've got 24 hit points. That's ridiculous. Wow. Like I said, I'm coming out ahead because I have tough. And I have dwarven toughness, so I get a +3 every level. It's an insurance policy.
Aye.
Yep.
Okay, is
And it's
the
that, and then now that I'm level 2, I get. Ooh, I
So-
finally get my Moxie. Yeah.
Moxie?
Yep. It's like key points.
Ah, yes, right.
Yeah.
Pugilism.
Pugilist. Yeah. So the pugilist gets Moxie instead of key, which is awesome. Or focus points, I guess now is what it's called.
Did they change it to focus
Yeah, they changed
points?
it to focus
Yeah, it's
points.
focused now.
What?
It's still
What?
flavored as life energy in the description. It's just a new name.
They just wanted it to be less Asian.
Yeah.
Pretty much, yeah. So yeah, now I can use brace up, 1-2 punch, or stick and move. Oh, that's gonna be so fun. So yeah, brace up is like patient
I get it.
defense. 1-2
I
punch is flurry of blows, and then stick and move.
It's a
Uh,
pretty close. So is Pugilist pretty close to just a reflavoring of Monk,
It's-
or was?
It's like halfway between a monk and a barbarian. So you're very
Okay.
strength and constitution based. No dex needed. Even even barbarians need dex because their armor class
Yeah.
is dex plus
Yeah.
plus
Con.
constitution. Mine is straight up just a 12 plus my constitution modifier.
Oh.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's interesting because that'd be the first time in
Mhm.
D&D, other than like a fixed natural AC like totals, that your
Yep.
your AC doesn't scale at all with Dex.
Yeah. But it means that as my health goes up, so does my armor class. So
Yeah, that's cool. I was
yeah.
wondering if they'd ever do something like
And
that.
that's why I went with the tough feat from the Flame Fist Mercenary, and then I also have Dwarven Toughness to increase my health even further, because though my armor class is probably going to be a lot lower, I get a lot of bonuses for not wearing armor.
Yeah.
So instead of just hoping that my AC is going to be enough, I'm also making sure that my health pool is going to be high enough that I can take hits pretty decently.
And by the way, the alchemist posted a link to the herb list.
Okay.
Yes, the
Now,
herbalism.
what I think I'm gonna do though is under other. going to add the actual
Look at
Moxie abilities because they're each their own thing. This is not any pick, but we'll do brace up first. These are all bonus actions.
All right.
Copy. Paste. Oh no, what am I doing? No, these should be I don't need to do that. I have those. Yeah, those feature. No, Moxie's just what it is. But I also get bloody but unbowed. So when I take damage, I can use a reaction to expend or to regain all my Moxie points. And if I'm bloodied when I take the reaction, I also gain temporary hit points equal to 4 times my pugilist level.
Oh, damn.
So as I start getting hurt, I can give myself a boost, get all my stuff back, and just start hitting harder.
That's actually really cool.
Yeah.
Maka, matcha.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm just like, have you already chosen your magic items?
Sorry, what's up?
Have you already chosen your magic items that you'll create?
Yep,
That's
just
all.
just chose them all.
Okay.
Pick the bag of holding, sending stones, the alchemy jug, and shit, what's my fourth?
Okay.
The manifold tool.
Ah, the manifold tool. That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, I was like, what does this do? Right, I was like, oh, sick, because ironically I have all of my tools
Okay.
except for alchemist supplies that I'm proficient with.
Oh, I thought he just gave you like super alchemy supplies.
He gave me the backpack makes me proficient with alchemist supplies if I'm not already.
Okay.
But
Sorry.
I was already proficient with it. It doesn't act as alchemist supplies, though that would be
skill,
awesome.
a strength, dexterity, constitution.
However, that'd be broken because that means I could use that thing as a goddamn spellcasting focus.
Why is that broken?
Free hands.
Yeah, and clerics can have an amulet as theirs.
Mm-hmm.
True. Fair. Okay. So herbalist. Oh, I'm gonna. Are you actually gonna make me do like proper herbal alchemy in order to craft spells?
Not necessarily.
Okay. I'm just curious. It wouldn't be the first time. I have played the Witcher tabletop system, and that does make you do that kind of stuff. It's actually kind of cool.
Can't go neither. So okay, we'll do that, and then now I.
Yeah, he wants you to be all. He wants you to have the power.
Yeah, it's one of those of. It's a game mechanic we can use or ignore.
Ah, I see.
But if you wish to use it, I have the tools in which to allow us to use it.
Yeah.
It just comes down to what flavor, bless you, or what flavor that you want to take that. One other question I forgot to ask everybody. Anybody come up? I know. I do not know everybody's names yet.
I mean, are you referring to character names
Backstory. Anybody work on backstory at all?
Oh, basically just what I mentioned earlier in the session.
Right.
Actually.
Okay.
Yeah,
Right.
not
He's going to have it written.
yeah,
I
not
haven't
officially
written
written
mine out
down quite yet, but I am
Okay.
organizing.
I will have it ready before
my guy's
next session.
history a little bit more.
Okay.
I sent you what I wrote up. I
Right.
don't know.
Yeah, I saw that.
Okay. Okay. Am I sorry? Am I supposed to be able to add spells to the character sheet from like the compendium?
Yes.
You can if he has found the right right player sheets.
Well, he
yeah, you can if it's the new sheets. You can from anything 2024 and
And
2013.
of
The
course,
problem is
the compendium doesn't actually contain everything.
yeah, it doesn't have every spell. So anything from Xanathar's Guide or Tasha's Cauldron or Fizzbands won't be on there. Plus, I think even a couple official things won't be on there either because it's only stuff found in the free SRD rules. So it might be lacking certain spells.
Okay. Yeah. Well, because I found the spells listed. I mean, the ones that were there, but I couldn't add it. And probably I'll try to figure it out.
You can drag and drop it onto your sheet.
Okay. I'll try that.
Yeah, that's how they want you to do it all now.
Yep. They want you to take it from the official stuff, even though they don't have everything for everybody.
Yeah, because they want you to buy it all.
Yep.
Yep. I will
Which
have
also means that they're screwing anybody who makes like a homebrew spell, which is totally a part of the rules of the game. You can do that.
Right.
They just don't
Just-
care.
And then you just have to write it yourself.
Well, the problem is if you create a spell that requires like an upcast, if you want to be able to cast it at higher levels, you would have to rewrite the spell for each individual level.
It's supposed to have something for that.
Nope, it
No,
doesn't work for
standard-
manually overriding. You can't put in your own spell and then have a cast so-and-so dice at whatever level. It is locked. Unless
Right.
you use the compendium.
Okay.
Let me try something here.
Yeah, a lot of people are complaining about it in the forums, and they keep making up excuses as to why they can't implement it like they did with the old sheet, which is clearly just them saying, "Boo
maybe
hoo,
I'm
screw
just
your homebrew."
remembering. Maybe I just am remembering the old sheet. Sorry.
Alright, I do have
Yeah.
to get going for the day.
Okay.
I'll see y'all later.
Braceup's gonna be the second thing I use most often. Alright, and then wasn't there a thing for resources?
Yeah, you can just keep adding to it as soon with
Yeah, on the new
adding more and
sheet, there's
more.
like no official resource spot. I have to find it.
Oh, I thought it came with resource slots that you just can keep expanding.
Not anymore.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
These new sheets are a bit lacking.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah, because now that I have Moxie, I need to be able to keep track of my Moxie, and I don't know where I'm supposed to do
Let's
that.
see what this does.
You
I
could
guess
make
maybe
a
just
class
on your
feature.
Electrum.
No, I'm not going to do that.
You're not gonna track it on your Electrum?
Nope, because then I'd have to switch to my inventory slot every time I use one of my abilities. That gets real annoying real fast.
If you, I forget. Did you have to homebrew your class fully, or?
Yep.
If you go add a class feature and go into the advanced section, you can add a modifier to it and add new resource.
Oh, rocks. Okay, hold on. Advance.
I have been messing around with this stuff for a good minute now, like after I finish my stuff for the level up, because I'm trying to learn these sheets better.
New resource. Hey, there it is. Nice. Resource snake. Moxie. Max. How many Moxies do I get to start? I get two. 2 Moxie points.
Yay.
2. Current value 2. I get them back on a short or long rest.
Oh, by the way, Tony,
Yes.
Because I looked it up after we finished the fight. Was did this flesh golem not have the lightning absorption thing?
Oh,
It did not.
Oh. Yeah,
He
because I was curious
he
about their features.
yeah, he was unfinished.
So what all did he not have then?
Pretty much everything. All he had was a punch, a slam, 94 hit points, and an AC of 9. That's it.
Damn.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah,
Alright.
like I said, I looked it up after, and man, if he'd been completed, that would have been an unfortunate realization for.
Oh, it would have been an entirely different combat scenario.
Yeah, because I did 2 attacks that would have healed it in that case.
Could we have reached a truce with him or made friends with him, or was it inevitable that we were going to fight?
You could have made friends with him.
Okay.
Oh, well.
Uh, be, and it's fine. What you guys did was fine. Every once in a while, you're going to run into a creature that falls into his category, but it's not going to be frequently. I will let you know that.
So every so often we'll run into something like him where it's we could have befriended it.
Yeah, but it'll be obvious when you run into that because you'll have an event like happened in this fight where you get a thumbs up from a creature or a smile or
Yeah.
Yeah.
Likewise, if you're walking along and you see what initially looks like pools of molten silver that are actually hard slabs of metal with slightly charred surroundings, that's going to be a warning sign.
Mhm.
Is that the boss fight warning sign?
That's the one of 2 dragon types have visited that location at least sometime in the past.
Lovely.
Just in this case, you know what? This. I'm just going
Also,
to
my ass out here once again, not picking a fucking combat spell on my level up. I mean, to be fair, the only reason I have Chromatic Orb is my magic initiate. So
Yep.
when it comes to spells from my class, Sprig has 1 healing, like leveled spell, and then it's detect magic, and now I have identify.
And that will be a very important spell in my campaign.
I'm gonna be real. I was like, oh, is he gonna tell us what these items do, or are we gonna not know till we use them? So that's why I took it. I'm like, he's gonna give us something cursed at some point. This is high magic.
Yep.
Cursed items are going to be expected.
I was expecting what he said when you put them on and the gauntlets activate. I was like, oh no, I'm gonna get like shocked or something. And he's like, yeah, they just
I'm gonna be
punch
real.
out
I
the
thought
kid.
you would like punch yourself in the face unintentionally.
Yeah.
Like, oh yeah, he's putting it on. Sucker punch to the jaw.
Yeah. Yeah, but now when I use my unarmed strikes, I now have hit first drink after Gatekeeper motto.
And then it just turns out that they're an item that cannot be removed without a special ritual. So that you can't be disarmed.
Do my gauntlets require attunement?
I think they do.
Let me look at the loot list.
They
I know my
do?
backpack requires attunement.
I looked at mine, didn't say that it did.
Yes. Wondrous item, uncommon, requires attunement. Oliver's requires attunement. Yours is the
Okay.
only one that doesn't require a class
Ha.
or a species.
Okay, requires attunement. Alright, well that means I'm now officially attuned to 2 items already.
Yeah, once
And that's why I have that rule about how many attunement slots you have.
yeah.
Oh yeah, we get an extra one, that's right. I gotta find a way to fix that because it says I only have 3.
And your attunement slots increase with your, proficiency.
Yeah. Or wait, so is it 2 extra or 1 extra? Because if it increases with our proficiency, and it's 3 normally, is that 3 plus our proficiency, or was it?
Yeah, it's 3 plus your proficiency bonus.
Gotcha. Okay, so I need to add 2 then. All right, I gotta figure out how to do that.
And then as an
Edit.
artificer, I'll get 3 extra slots.
Tunable save. Yeah, true. All right. Well, I've got 2 in here, but I still don't know how to. How do I change the amount I can attune to? Because
I assume there's gotta be a way, because since the artificer sheet will likely change that once I hit to a high enough level, I can probably try to poke at the class feature that should give that, and see what
yeah.
it does. Let's see, what's the first time I get that? Magic item adept at 10.
Yeah. There's got to be a way to fix it now because we're gonna get so many more. It's gonna become real annoying. Keep track of what we're attuned to and what we're not, while also, like, I'm glad they have this attunement slot thing. It's just doesn't seem like there's a way to adjust it. I'd have to figure out where on the sheet you can do that other than features and traits.
No, none.
Let's see. Modifier.
I suppose you could go into there and just put in the value.
Oh, attunement slot modifier. There we go.
Yeah, attunement slot modifier, and maybe you could put in the shorthand for proficiency modifier into that slot, so
You
it
can.
auto changes.
That's detailed and proficiency bonus. There we go. We have
Also, cool
proficiency
enough.
bonus, rounded, none, because it's not going to matter.
I figured out how to delete one of those excess sheets I made earlier. When I was first
Congratulations!
Yeah, there we go. All right, I did it.
Everyone clap! I'm sorry.
I just reused the other one for the cogwork companion.
Yeah.
So it's got a pretty basic sheet for now as well.
Let's call this High Magic Fantasy.
Although I do wish the game would let players share sheets they've made in a game to the DM of the game.
There we go.
Yeah. That'd be nice.
Oh, wait. No.
Let me see.
Okay.
There we go. Yeah, I just put it under other features. It allowed me to change my attunement slots from 3 to 5 and do it by adding proficiency bonus. So when we level up, it'll go up automatically.
Yeah.
Nice.
So actually, I believe you can share it.
Sure, what?
The sheet. So when you're in the character sheet, at the very top, you'll see the little person icon with the gear next to its head.
Yeah,
Yep.
I read there was a share thing in there, but I couldn't find it.
Under In players' journals or can be edited and controlled by. Pick my name.
Yeah.
You should see Anthony S.
We don't get that. Only you get
Yeah.
that. We get
Oh.
party members.
Yeah.
And we can click on party members. And then if I save that, then it allows you guys to see my sheet, I guess.
I have no idea.
I clicked on it to see if it worked.
Yeah, I mean, I don't see it in there. I've tried switching between, and I know that the spare sheet I deleted actually disappeared after I deleted it without having to reload.
Yeah.
Honestly, Roll20, like, it needs some work. It's an old system. It's an old thing.
It's an old system, but their old system worked fine. Even for
Yeah.
2024, it worked really well. And then they gimped it by making 2024 rules not work on the sheets. Like, you used to be able to import everything by hand anyway. Even the 2024 stuff worked, and you could customize everything
it,
by
yes.
typing it in however you wanted. Like,
Yeah,
it's just
it's-
drag and drop capabilities made it easier.
And unfortunately, they gimped all that.
Yeah,
you can use the
they
old sheets. It's just anything 2024 related, you're gonna have to import by hand, which I'm already doing now anyway. So honestly, I could use the old sheet if I wanted to. It wouldn't. be
And
different for me.
unfortunately, I can no longer change the sheet, which I used to be able to do.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
you
I think 'cause
can't?
when
No.
you have to go into the settings and pick the
I
sheet setting
tried.
that you want.
I actually tried that. It will no longer let me change that.
When you went out.
Yes.
Wow.
That's so odd.
Yeah. No, they're gimping their own VTT, and I don't know why they're doing it. Because it's very much lacking now.
Yeah.
Like, these new sheets, they look great. Their functionality is just all over the place.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
I like some of the additions to it. I do. It's just stupid that there's certain features that were allowed on the old sheets that are locked out now.
Do you think
Like-
it's enshittification that they want you to buy for?
Nope. I mean, yes, it is, but it's also like, as I've stated, even if it was like, oh, I can't add Xanathar's Guide unless I go and buy Xanathar's Guide so I get those compendium spells.
Yeah.
If in the rules of D&D, in both editions, you can craft your own spells. That is role-playing. It's a thing you should be able to do. People make homebrew spells, homebrew features all the time. But you can't manually import a spell. You can't type up the description, give it a name, just set all the rolls, and then be able to add a upcast with this die, whatever, like you used to be able to do. They locked that out. If you manually make a spell in any way, shape, or form, you cannot force it to ask you if you want to upcast it. You can't give it an upcast die roll. You have to manually make another spell, or you have to manually roll the die when you upcast it. Or in the case of Sorcerer's Burst, I'm surprised that when you rolled that 8, that you had to roll the extra die on it. Because, like, that shouldn't have been a thing.
No.
It should have procced it on its own. I know it should have done that because in Forge, I've done it. And I used the compendium to build that.
Huh.
I mean, Forge is different, but I still dragged and dropped it from Roll20, and they have it set that it works correctly.
Now, I will say that when I first set up this game, I did have the option of picking the older sheet.
There's also an option to pick both, technically.
Yeah, except when it came up, it offered this sheet as a combined 2024-2014 rule
Yeah.
set sheet. So I said,
No.
yeah, okay.
Okay, so no, that is true. No, you do have that. Here, look. So what I can do is when I make a new character, I could choose new or legacy sheet. If I choose the
Right.
legacy sheet and create a character, there's now a character on there that uses the old sheet. So it's an either or. It's not a you get both options. You literally have to choose when making your character which sheet you want to use. So I have a character now sitting here that uses the old sheet. If I wanted to, I could transfer all my stuff to this old sheet.
So
Now, am I
that's
going
what
to
they
do that? No. I like the look of the new sheet.
Sure.
I'm figuring out how to mess with it. I'd like to learn how to deal with it. Because they are slowly phasing out the old sheet.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Speaking of Roll20 stuff though, because I was looking it up.
You could delete
Tony,
that
you said you
character,
were
by the
having
way.
trouble getting dynamic lighting to work, right?
Yes.
You don't have both dynamic lighting and fog of war on, do you?
I don't have any of it on right now in this game.
Okay. Because I was looking it up. Apparently, if you have both settings on, they tend to basically nullify each other.
Yeah.
Because they're
Yeah.
trying to both activate, but won't let each other activate.
Yeah. So yeah, whatever that Clive Olasil sheet is that I made, you can go ahead and delete that. I was just proving a point.
That's on your end. He probably can't see it. You could.
No,
you could delete some-
only the DM can delete handouts like characters.
I do not see that sheet.
If a
You
handout
don't
sheet
see-
would have to be like one he makes and then assigns to you, like he had to do for Sprig with me.
Oh yeah, okay, hold on. Let's see on edit.
So to delete a sheet, you actually can't do it from in the campaign. You have to go to your characters on Roll20's main page and delete it from there.
Are you kidding me?
Nope.
You used to be able to do it from.
I was trying so hard to delete those the extra sheets I had the other day. I ended up looking up how to do it. It was so annoying.
Yeah. Oh, yep, there it is. Okay, cool. Yeah. Delete Clive. There we go.
Speaking of homebrew
There we
stuff,
go.
though, is the Cogwick Companion like a fully homebrewed creation, or is it from like something else you found?
No, it's actually that one's actually from a book.
Ooh, do you know what book? I want to look it up so I can properly make the sheet.
Yeah, let me.
I tried looking it up on 5e Tools, assuming it was something from an official material, and nothing came up. So.
I believe I have leveled up all my stuff. I don't think I need to do anything else.
It'll have a yellow tab in the builder if you have.
I have to edit my sheet directly because I'm playing a homebrew class. Well, sort of homebrew class. I'm playing the 2024 Pugilist class.
You're playing an official class that hasn't come to Roll20 yet.
Yeah, it's well, it might have, but it is officially D&D Beyond has and Wizards of the Coast have officially partnered with this book. So it is an official partnered material.
Yeah, kind of like
the Critical Role stuff and the
Critical Role,
Drakenheim stuff and Grim Hollow, yeah.
Isn't Griffin Saddlebag also partnered content?
Yeah, I believe it is, yeah.
My race comes from Griffin Saddlebag Book 2.
Yep. So, yeah, because of that, I have to import all my stuff by hand. So if I forgot anything...
Yeah, I had to do the same for my race.
Yep. Yeah, that's why I was like, if I play a Warforged, I'm gonna have to do all that stuff too. I'll play a Dwarf.
Yeah, I unfortunately do have some Warforged-esque stuff. I have a thing called Wakeful. I basically only need... I'm like an elf, where I only need to sleep 4 hours instead of 8.
Yeah.
But also because the Gelatons get a limited blind sense, so they get blind sight of 5 feet. I'm basically still conscious, thanks of my surroundings, thanks to that limited blind sight.
Yeah. What's funny, I have I have tremor sense up to I think it's like 10 feet, but I have to activate it, and it's only when I'm standing on stone because
Ah,
of because of the dwarven stone cunning.
yeah. See,
Yep.
I just get blindsided 5 feet.
Yep. So technically
Okay.
speaking, if we're standing on stone and we both get blinded, I have better vision than you.
Yes.
So it is. I forgot. It is slightly homebrew. I used the Steel Defender.
Ah.
Hmm.
So what I'm hearing is I should go to the battlesmiths.
Yes.
Yeah.
Battlesmith Artificer, yeah.
Steel
Yeah.
Defender, yeah, because I see the AC and the HP, the basic AC and the basic HP are the defaults for that, not counting anything from leveling.
Yeah.
What are its stats for reference?
Ooh, I can tell you that.
Well, no, I
Um,
mean for the are they gonna be the same stats from the?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So basically, just the Steel Defender, but I don't get any bonuses from Artificer levels, and I assume it doesn't have any of the unique attacks. It's just the help action, right?
Right.
yeah. So the Steel Defenders,
I got it in
AC
front of me.
is yeah. So AC HP. Stats are
14 strength.
14, 12, 14, 4, 10, and 6.
This thing,
For an
ironically,
artificer pet, it's really stupid.
yeah. Well, it is a construct that basically
True,
just
yeah.
does
I
what
mean, I
you're
guess
telling.
it's just there to take orders. It doesn't have to really think too hard.
Yeah. Also, ironically, then, this Cogwood companion is stronger than I am.
Yep.
Sprig has an 11.
I mean, it's fine. I'm stronger than you are.
You're a punching man. Of course, you're stronger than me.
No, I was shocked. I was like, oh yeah, this guy's a strength of 19. He's really strong. And I was like, I've got a strength of 20 already. I'm
Yeah, I
just
got an
gonna beat
int
this
of,
guy's face in.
I got an int of 18 already.
Yeah.
Does it have the same immunities and senses as the
Yes.
Steel Defender?
Yes, it does.
Okay, so poison, charmed, exhausted, poisoned. Dark vision of 60 feet, passive perception of 10.
This thing also has
Understands
better
all
dark
languages,
vision
you
than
know?
me. I'm gonna get 30 feet.